Logga Suitors kicking off to the last dance, running back and being flagged. There we go. Avermi Zegelbaum with the pass to receiver number 17. Name. To receiver Dan Stein. Avermi Zegelbaum obviously winning MVP, so pretty big moment of Avermi Zegelbaum receiving the snap on second down after a short pass to Dan Stein and getting a ball off, and with a short yardage tackle, almost getting sacked. Ball is passed to Arisham with the reception. We got nice fans on the field watching what's going on. We have Gav Goldberg, last year's championship, last year's offensive player of the year. Avermi Zegelbaum, this year's MVP, getting a sack by Elisha Yaniv, who was I will be honest, a close runner-up in the competition for multiple different positions and things, namely DPOI. Obviously losing it to Dovi Olshin, who right now isn't on defense. He's playing tight end on offense. Ari Schumann with the snap. Questionable snap over there. Can you do that? But Shu Alexander, speedy boy with lots of speed, getting around. But a block in the back. We're going to be called on that block. Obviously bringing us further back than anticipated. Clear block in the back. Half the distance to the goal. Nice defensive stand by Logga Suitors on their first drive. Obviously Eliezer Weissmandl feeling snubbed for his for not winning neither offensive player of the year nor MVP. Obviously, he was obviously in contention, but too many votes for the other side. And so we have Eliezer Weissmandl receiving the snap. Obviously, short pass to Shu Alexander, offensive player of the year, falling incomplete. Which is not, again, championship games always start very offensively and offensive oriented. Laser with the ball. Short pass through Ari Schumann's hands. Okay, here we go. Laser with the short snap, with the dump off to Tepler. Helped out of bounds, not quite a hit out of bounds. More help out of bounds by Ari Schumann to bring them to a fourth down. Again, not surprising, both of these teams with dominant defenses. Real question. Who, what, when, where. Oh, with a nice punt by Usher Ackerman, bringing it down to approximately the 20-something yard line. 22-yard line. Approximately to the 22-yard line. Obviously a nice performance. Okay, Okay. Again, second down with a short play on first down. Again, all these games start defensively, makes it a little bit of a problem. You know, we have with the blitz, short dump off to Dovi Olshin, with Tepler getting a nice short yardage play stop out of that, making it a third and 11. Very doable, very manageable. You know, good first downs tend to lead to, as long as you don't go backward on second down, tend to lead to not the worst second down position. We have Avram Zegelbaum with time, passing deep to Gav Goldberg, being impeded. Questionable if that was a catchable. Questionable if that's catchable. But with the receiver running, being 5 yards past him, makes it being impeded by their contact. With a penalty on the defense, illegal contact by the offense. And so there's an offsetting penalties, which result in a replay third down. And so now, Rami Zegelbaum wanting to get some motion. Everyone's always tight in these championship games. Wouldn't expect more than 13 yards. Zegelbaum, with a nice sack by Elisha Yaniv. Really, Avrami Zegelbaum easily could have gotten that first down, if not at least getting a little bit further. And so, fourth down from the 30. You know, maybe if it's a different position in the game, maybe if you're down a few more points, but at this rate, why risk it? Go for the punt. Trey Alexander, obviously a very explosive player with a lot of potential, very twitchy, with Dovi Olshin getting the tackle, the flag technically, because it's not tackle, to bring it to the 11. We have a little bit of a stoppage in the game for practical purposes. Okay, and we're back. Sorry for that technical difficulties with teams. And so, Laser Weissmandel with the ball. Dovi Olshin getting the sack! Oh, big play again. Weissmandel with lots of green ahead of him. And potentially open players downfield. But nonetheless, getting stopped. Getting the sack for a second down. Trying to hurry them up. Like the good veteran team that last answers. With a nice block. And with the flag miss. Two very uncharacteristic plays. And we have an injury. as we go. We would like to thank all of our viewers and all of our fans. Right now, if you're just joining us, we're in a official timeout for an injury. Looked like a non-contact injury, which many times be the worst ones. And gonna get the game restarted. On the start of the play. Okay. And so we got Laser Weissmandl with that long run, finally getting some offense moving. Good blocking. Oh, and another! Good play, baby! A sack, a nice sack. A nice sack by Ola Bromowitz to bring it to second down. Again, both of these teams are obviously dominant. Both these teams are obviously very good. It's not by coincidence that we got the first and I'm pretty sure second seed, maybe the third seed in here. Both teams have had a few games throughout the season with a few mistakes, but overall throughout this season they're getting. Shu Alexander going deep and missing it, and he hooked him. And that is called an OPI. Shoot it. With 2 penalties on the defense, the offense is going to take the pass interference call. It's a 10-yarder in this league. It's not a spot foul. 10 yards, automatic first. First down moves to the 21.5-yard line. Again, can't make these mistakes in these stages of the game. Obviously, bad matchup, player got you beat, but bad consequences. Laser receives the snap. Oh, nice reception and flag. Nice reception, nice pass, half the distance, which is a good performance. And so, first down is at the 1.5-yard line, as the ref just reminded the players. 9:09 left of the game. Laser with the ball, looking to drive. Oh, a nice dump off to Tepler, who does not get flagged and gets to the end zone on a missed flag by number 10. Let's go, Tap! And that brings it to 6-0. Brings the score to 6-0 Logga. Logga obviously being home, as they are the higher seed entering into this game. It's very interesting. This season, I would say that no team put itself head and shoulders above any other one. There was sort of good competition at the top. Obviously, last week, Logga needing to go to, obviously last year, Logga needing to go to into overtime to win against Omni, with Last Dance having a dominant performance against Big Blue. A little bit of a surprise, though. Big Blue again losing their quarterback to a quad injury, which got them past the first round, but not the second. So, both of these teams are evenly matched. I wouldn't be shocked if Last Dance were to respond with a nice performance in the next drive. And so, extra point going for 1, but it's from 10 yards. If he returns this, it could go for 1 point, and he is flagged. And so, again, the pick just makes the play no good. Again, that was a 1 point that was just called back on a false start by the snapper. A lot of these things, a lot of these games are really decided between the ears more than anything else, especially when you're dealing with such talent. Mistakes, as we saw. pass interference to bring them downfield, give them another shot, and then false start on the other team to bring them back. A short pass to Gav, getting out of bounds. Good, nice 11-yard reception. Gav Goldberg, obviously dominant player returning. Went home, got married, came back. Slightly, was not. Many complained was snubbed from the OPI discussion, but amount that he had played just didn't suffice. And so Avrami receives a snap, second down 9, good field position. Got a blitz, tried to move him back. Ari Schumann with not quite a drop. One would say it was a low ball, diving catch. Could have been a catch, would have been a nice catch. But it was not, so it's third down. Blitz is burned. Third down, 6:12 left to the half. 6:09. Obviously, it's not the official clock. There is that is the unofficial clock. The official clock is by our head ref. So there may be discrepancies as we approach the 1-minute warning. And so we have Avrami receiving the snap with a nice reception by Ari Schumann. To bring it to the opponent's 28-yard line. Obviously, very good play over there. Very good set. Got to stay calm. League MVP. Well, if we look at the history, last year's league MVP, Avizer, also lost in the championship game. So, is this a bad omen? Maybe. So, we have Gav being targeted downfield. Always got to take that shot. Again, very physical defense, bodying him away, but nothing crude enough to elicit a false start. Sorry, a PI. Second down, 2nd and 20. Very doable. They could get 10 yards seemingly at will. If they just, the game is won on short passes, not long. And that makes a big difference. And so, Avrami Zegelbaum receiving the snap. Again, short routes, trying to get somewhere. Dump off to Dovey Olshin with a beautiful flag pull by Usher Ackerman. Just being very impressive overall. Usher, obviously a long returning player to the league. He's played on a bunch of teams. Last year was on Oompa. A large portion of the Voga Suitors, last year were on Oompa. A team that came out of nowhere, full of rookies and second-year players that just dominated the league and lost in the semifinal round. Two of the winners, actually. And so, Avrami is hit as he is passing, which results in which results in 5 yards. Replay third down. Again, the rules in this league with roughing the passer, it is not a personal foul unless it is a personal foul. If it's a personal foul, it's a 10-yarder, potential for automatic first also, but this is not the case. Simply ran into the quarterback a little bit too hard. And so they get a replay down 5 yards forward. So now it's 3rd and 13 about. Third down, still a lot of distance, but definitely makes it easier. Get a chunk yardage, definitely you're in 4th down territory. Lots of pressure. Flags removed by the player. And so he gets to, short yardage. Gets short yardage. Another flag is thrown against. They have a choice. There's a penalty on the offense. Replay third down. I'm assuming it's some sort of holding. I'll get the answer once the ref returns. The call was a holding on the offense. Looked like it. We could look back and find it. See what you think about it. Obviously, two very physical teams. You'd expect You know, you'd like to let them play, but you also want to have a clean game. And he hits his hand again. They should know you cannot go. They should know you cannot go for the quarterback's hand, and you can't let it go. So the ref called that a personal foul. 10 yards, automatic first. Called that a personal. And so obviously, lots of mistakes happening. Not what you want to see, not what you want to have in the championship game. You want it to be a clean game. You want the refs to not really be a factor. And so Vrummy goes and gets a short pass for Gav, who drops it between the arms. Dropping the ball, hitting the ball between Zegelbaum. Just having a nice pass. Just falling. Players debating. 1 minute warning has been hit. 1 minute warning has been hit. Obviously, the clock is going to be fixed to be the 1 minute warning. Official timeout. The play is blown in by the head ref's whistle. It is second down. Second down. And so Remy Zegelbaum with short ball to Ari Schumann. Clock continues running. It is third down. Okay. And so we go. Official timeout by the offense. You know, this is a big play, big moment. It's got 37 seconds. Third down. You know, you want to run the clock down a little bit on that because you don't want to give the other team a chance for even a Hail Mary. But, you know, 25 seconds on the play clock, 37 seconds. And so, here we go. We have Remy Zegelbaum receiving the snap, trying to hit someone, trying to get someone. Dovey Olshin blanketed by Usher Ackerman, resulting in the incomplete. Usher, if he had a heads up, could have made a heads up play there, probably get the pick. But nonetheless, good defense. Fourth down, big play. If you get the touchdown, obviously you could tie the game, even you know, with 1 point, get into the lead.
13, 12, 11, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. No run, no
obviously
goal.
attempting to go for it. Obviously not wanting to waste their timeout, questionable. And so Zegelbaum, with all the time in the world, getting flagged finally. No one was open. That was a long time. That is not the play you want to have. And so that is a change of possession. That is a big, big moment. Last Dance could definitely look back at that as their, you know, as the moment, the game-defining moment. Obviously, you know, there's lots of football to play. One score is never going to do anything, but
Last time out.
obviously it's never going to do anything. You know, you got time, but that was a big opportunity that was dropped. Literally, I mean, you go back to the play of Gav, between the hands, laying out. You know, last year probably would have caught that. This year, just not going his way. Again, there's a lot of we'll talk about this at halftime a little bit. All the narratives going into this game. Laser Weissmandel's second year. Last year, ending early, wanting to come back. Last dance for many of these guys, as the name implies, it's their last shot at the championship. Entering halftime, you don't want to be down. And if Logga can mount something here, that could be deadly. And so, you almost get the sack, but he catches it and steps out of bounds. Receives the snap. Hurry up. Avisaneski again. Going out of bounds. 14 seconds left. Third down.
Let's go, team! Defense, go blitz! Go defense!
We have 3rd and 3. Play clock running down. So far, Laser mounting a perfect drive down the field. And finally, Last Dance's defense steps up, makes the stop to bring it to 4th down with a few seconds left. Obviously the Logga playing with house money. They could try a deep play, try to end the half on a touchdown. They can try just to go to the first on a short play. Clock stops, get a closer shot. 7 seconds left, so you never know. Laser receives the snap. Running, perfect. Shua runs out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Shua steps out on the 4-yard line, on the 14-yard line, with 3 seconds left. Shouldn't have stepped out of bounds, if we're being 100% honest there. You should just run down because clock is stopped on a first down anyways. Trying to run, hurry up, trying to get it going. Last minute sub with Gav, very big risk. And so Shua running across the route. He's open, and he catches it for the touchdown to make it 12-0. Obviously, given time for the extra point. And so untimed down for the extra point, 12-0. Still anyone's game, but obviously the way that Logga has been performing on all fronts, and Last Dance has just small cuts, and just that could be killer for you at the end of the game. And so Laser receives the snap. Ari Schumann with good coverage, and Danstein with nice pass breakup to bring us to halftime. When we talk about what's going on in this game, so far, again, could be a much closer game. Would have been, one missed catch, something like that could really bring you very far. Lots of opportunities have been missed, which bring it to obviously lots of opportunities have been missed, which are less convenient. We will be back after the halftime. Okay. And now we're back. Okay. And so our angles may be getting a little bit worse due to battery constraints soon. But for now, we are starting the second half with the last dance kicking off to Logga. Obviously, Logga just mounted a touchdown drive, which, you know, I think they call that in football vernacular stealing a drive. Shu Alexander running, has a lane, got Goldberg with the flag, on the 13-yard line. Obviously, very impressive performance by Logga so far with the last dance. Sort of not having answers for the questions posed by Logga. I mean, not really questions, if we're being honest. It's just defense and offenses, but you get the point. And so, Laser receiving the snap. I mean, if he drives down here and scores, you're not in a good place. And so Laser scrambles and tries getting it, gets 2-3 yards. We have a holding on the offense to open up that hole pretty clearly and obviously. You know, sometimes players like pretending like they don't understand and they don't agree with the call when they know they did it. You know, play the ref, trying to play the ref a little bit. And so here we go. Replay first down from the 9. 9:25. There was a holding. Laser receiving the snap again. You know, lots of playmakers on all sides of the field. Laser throwing long. Does he have him? Oh, and he drops it! Sineski would have had a surefire touchdown. Go through his arms as the fans are obviously making a joke at the refs. So second down, obviously, you know, always when there's a short yardage play that takes down, moves them back, always a little bit of a question, do you take it, do you not? Over here, clearly, good decision. 2nd and 25 from their own 9-yard line with the blitz. Oh, Laser avoiding the contact, and Shu Alexander being wide open with Arshuman getting the flag to save the touchdown. How do you let him get that open? It's no coincidence that he is the Offensive Player of the Year.
14, yeah, on the 14.
You know, Laser feeling snubbed maybe from both of those positions. You know, wanting to prove it. Obviously, as we mentioned last week, the curse of the MVP, with last year's MVP also losing in the championship game. You know, possibly an omen for future things. And so Laser throws out of bounds. Targeting number 3. Laser with the ball, with another attempt at the same, I think basically same play was just called, at least same route. Another overshooting of the player, this time targeting. And so we have Laser receiving the snap. Attempted run play. Obviously being eaten up. Getting nothing. 2 yards. 4th and 12. 4th and 12. Obviously bringing it, you know, this would be a big stop. Okay, and we're back again. 4th and 12. Massive play. Oh, with Sineski. Open. Oh, open. And with the touchdown. Banging into the benches and fences. And that is not what you would like to see with Last Dance. You have to mount a play over here or something. So far, going for two. Going for two. Laser receiving the snap. You know, Last Dance obviously has done a very good job at receiving that, but he got 1 foot in right there. And so that brings it to 20-0. Massive deficit for MVP, last year's Offensive Player of the Year, this year's Defensive Player of the Year, to overcome.
Stop it at 14, and then I'll tell you what to start.
Clock is running down. Obviously, that's not the official clock. There was a little bit of a clock stoppage, a little bit of clock confusion. And so,
What about the clock?
and so, Remy Zegelbaum needing a score right here. If you don't score here, it could get very bad. Avrami obviously running, trying to go, twitchy. Oh,
Yes!
getting
Yes, sorry.
a chunk yardage play right there.
Second down.
This may have been the spark that the team needed. The Avrami running, obviously, still a large deficit to get to, but at this point, you're cooking. I mean, you hope you can build off that momentum and you don't just fizzle out, but 1 yard you'd assume you're gonna be able to get. And so Avrami, with the blitz, trying to move him back, trying to kill their momentum. Avrami, beautiful shot towards Ari Schumann, who's wide open with no one next to him, spinning, but being flagged right before he gets to the end zone on the 4-yard line. Beauty of a play. Nice heads up run by the receiver. Last Dance, chunk yardage. On a blitz play as well. Let the play develop. You see the skill involved of Remy Zegelbaum with the chance. Last time they were in the red zone, obviously there were some struggles. We got a blitz on the first down. Avrami, short pass, Denstein for the touchdown. Immediately jump back up. I mean, not up, but jump into contention of some sort with 20-6. Again, this extra point being very, very important as they're down 2 scores and 2 extra points, which obviously you can just get a 2-pointer, but obviously trying to chip away the odds of getting 1-pointer and 1-pointer obviously very high. With Denstein wide open in the back of the end zone, they now go. The game moves on to 20-7 with a little bit south of 12 minutes left on the clock. You know, we got a game. Last Dance can make a stop. Obviously, the last minute of the game could always drive down and score, even if you don't have possession, if you do have possession. So make a stop. Don't let them bleed the clock and go. Laser has 1 goal. Just survive. Just last. The talent you're dealing with over here, you do no mistakes. Play a clean game, and the trophy's yours. And we go. And Laser goes for an intentional grounding. For an intentional grounding that is called back. Refs are conferring. Refs are conferring, but the line ref calls a intentional grounding. Very questionable. There's room for debate, as there was a receiver somewhat in the area. He didn't really throw the ball in that receiver's direction. Receiver wasn't, so, you know, obviously this safety would be massive here with the blitz, with Tepler being open and at least giving them some breathing room. 3rd down, bring him almost back to the original yardage marker. inside the 10. Oh, he puts it on the 10. A little bit inside the 10. And so now we have Laser trying to do something to side this. Oh, going deep for Sineski. Oh, and he catches it for a 50-yard bomb down to the 8-yard line, into the 10-yard line to make it a 1st and goal from the 10. What? Oh, what a play, what a throw, what a catch. Unbelievable play. Last dance in do or die position at this point. I mean, you couldn't have had a better start to the drive for the defense and just to blow it on a long pass. You know, Logga having lots of speed, lots of downfield talent. Not such big bodies. I mean, you have number 3, obviously, he's a big body. But more finesse receivers. And so here we go. Remy Zegelbaum with the ball going past the line of scrimmage, so it is not an intentional grounding. However, it is it's not intentional grounding, but it is 2nd down and an incomplete pass. You know,
15.
this game, this is a must stop. The time is already gone. If you're Last Dance, you can't let them score here. A 20-point deficit is just too much to overcome with less than 10 minutes left to the half. So Sineski's, no one's covering him tight. Trey Alexander on a short route. Sineski running short, being flagged by Remy Zegelbaum. Remy Zegelbaum is a very low-key, unappreciated defender. And as an unappreciated defender, you know, he's showcased his skills in the Friday League. You know, really has an opportunity to be a very impressive defender. Obviously, they brought him into defense to use his big body, his speed, his athletic ability, to really try and change the dynamic of this game. Obviously, he's covering the big-bodied receiver, Trey Alexander, trying to make it out with Sineski being short. Sineski receiving short. Sineski receiving short on the 1-yard line. 4th and 1 from inside the 1-yard line. Obviously, a massive play over here for the defense. Make the stop, and you have an opportunity. Let them
13. 12,
let them
11. Don't run no
pound the ball in, and you're just it's all over. Obviously, it ain't over till it's over, but there's Wes Mandel. Obviously, Trey Alexander running, covering, great coverage short. Oh, with the receiver falling down. And Sineski with the reception for the touchdown. 26-7, going for 2. Obviously, Logga being extremely confident to make it into 28. Last Dance is just simply not performing to par. Obviously, lots of confidence, lots of smiles on the Logga sideline. The Last Dance, you can never count them out, you know. I mean, again, this game has been dominated by Logga's defense. Oh, with the Remy Zegelbaum again. Don't challenge him. Don't go for him. You know, he's a very viable defender. Obviously, they were looking for the impressive play versus the sensible play. And so here we go. Last Dance down by 19. I mean, even if you run down and score quick, you give them the ball back with 3 minutes, they could take that down to the 1-minute warning. That's not something you want to, with Zegelbaum. With Schumann dropping the ball again. 2, I would say, big drops. I mean, again, with 26 points, Obviously, tough performance for Last Dance. Not the outcome they were expecting or anticipating. We have, being taken off, looked at. You always hate to see injuries, even though this isn't tackle.
Here we go.
Okay, we got here we go, and we're back to the play. 2nd and 20 from their own 10-yard line. Obviously, you see they're attempting to go deep. You have short pass to Dovey Ocean, who is not flagged, and he's gotten at the 25. Only from the 1-minute warning and onward does the clock stop. Again, Last Dance in a deep hole. We see it as we see it right there. Very big question what you're going to do. Logga going to prevent defense. Obviously missing. Gav deep, going deep, but catching it out of bounds. Nice catch, nice throw, slightly overshot. We got gonna move some positions here for a little bit for battery life.
Yeah, I gave you the. He won't go further. Stand behind the table.
Yeah, Remy Zieglebaum reaching for Dovey Ocean, but not getting. But going incomplete.
Yeah, as much as you can pull the orange, that's a hard to go.
No, this one.
Huh?
This one.
Third down, right? Dovey, third down? Dovey, third down?
Okay. Again, third down, 3rd and 20 from 25. Remy Zieglebaum running, avoiding contact, throwing for Dan Stein, incomplete. Again, 4th and 20. Gav feeling like he was open. Obviously, every receiver thinks they're open. And so 4th down, 4th and 20. Blitz is that if you don't score here, you got to think, game was basically over. Not the results anyone here was anticipating. But nonetheless, any given Motzei Shabbos, you get what you get. Remy Zieglebaum receives the snap, 4th down. This is probably for the game. Chucks it deep to Gav. Hit down by Sineski to bring the clock down, ticking and slowly ticking down as the game moves on. The Logga obviously being very confident with their current performance. Last Dance reality setting in, barring some sort of a miracle. Last Dance is probably out for the count. Obviously, both having a great season, having two award winners on the team. That just probably put the fire in Eliezer Weissmandel's heart to really want to just do what he needs to do with a nice sack. We got a false start.
Clock's gonna run. Clock is gonna run.
Clock's running. Again, you're at this point, you're seconds away from the game essentially being over. We probably wouldn't. We got Laser taking it down.
Take it delay. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
And that's the end of the game, folks. And that is the game. And Logga has won their championship game. And now we move on to awards.